Of all their stems are really strong.
I think the first 2 halves, I was just really dense. I'm like watching my play and I'm...
Wait, what do you mean by really dense still?
Like, I was... the round before... Or, well, that's not relevant to you. One round I was... I don't know. They bought the op. Or they saved it.
Right.
And I was... You know, I thought they were all eco, and I was just dry peeking out, like, A main, like, clearing it like I did the eco round before.
Right.
And I got opt. I should have known that he had a gun.
Well, we'll learn from it next time.
Yeah. I remember being surprised by it. I'm like, what the fuck? He bought it. Because, you know, I was pretty confident that they should be ecoing, but I didn't remember he saved it.
Right. Hey Patrick, where in the setting is it for Skype that doesn't mute other people when you're in call? Like mute your other sounds?
Let me see.
It's so much nicer to watch demos alone because then you can go to like 400 or like 1,000 when you need to.
Right.
I do not know. Here, advanced.
Oh god, that one's good. No one should watch.
It says open the run command. Want to enter or type in mmsys.cpl. I'm gonna give you this link.
Checked it and I'm like, oh, it's clear. I can run up highway now. So smart.
My mouse is freaking out here.
Oh, I got this. Skype tools, option, audio settings.
My mouse currently cannot left click. Let's see what's going on here.
Well, boys, if you guys want to watch cast, starting out pretty soon. If you're still in the game, the demo.
What? Do we want to watch UCast or do we want to watch the demo? It sounded like you.
Well, it's up to you.
Things.
I suggest that you watch StarCraft, because right now that's more important. Clearly.
See, I want to get this stuff when it's fresh on my mind and I can just remember it, and then we'll try.
I apparently need to restart my computer.
I think that's my biggest weakness.
That sucks.
As a player. I'm just stupid.
Yeah. I don't know why my mouse cannot left click. This is weird.
Huh.
Alright, my computer takes about 20 seconds to reboot. I'll be right back.
Alright, sounds good. Alright, so we're going to wait for BisuDagger to reboot, And the stream hasn't started yet, so we're still...
I think if I ever become like a good, like a smart and like a team player, I'll be pretty okay.
You are a team player, it's just the little things that's setting you back.
I ask Poop how good of a team player I am. I always end up getting Poop killed somehow, and I feel so bad. Like every decision I make, it's just Poop gets the shit at the end of it.
Bad boy. That's not how things are supposed to happen.
Like I remember, I think it was our first cash game or something. I let someone like run by a forklift because I just like whiffed all my shots and he just went and killed the Poop. I don't even think Poop should be allowed to play around me because other people I don't think I do it to as much.
You guys need to talk more.
I mean, that was at the start too, so I don't put too much stock into it. Like that situation, I don't think I'll ever let that happen again, unless I'm lagging really hard.
I mean, if you want, we can have, I can rotate myself to be...
I don't know. I mean, Poop won't even be playing with us permanently, so...
Well, the fact that we got him to play was actually pretty nice, so... I would like for him to stay in full-time.
Yo.
Yep.
Blame him for that, you know.
Alright.
And I think I execute too fast. There's something in my head that makes me want to like clear a site really
Well,
fast.
here's an interesting link regardless if you wanted to use it. It tells you like 3 or 4 steps on how to reduce volume lowering.
I don't mind being the person entering, even though I probably think I'm gonna die.
Right.
I just need to be better at not running too fast.
Let's see here.
See, I would barely know this if I wasn't watching the demos.
Alright. I didn't really feel like I was nervous when I was playing. It's just more of a... I was only nervous in like, it was like 2v2 late game and I was still alive. Or like,
Yeah.
Or like we were down a man. Like 2v3 retake. That was the main issue there.
I mean, we have a lot of issues. I think So is by far our best player right now.
Are we gonna watch the Africa stream or the Sonic stream?
I'm on the Africa. I'm on this Africa stream.
Okay.
Got stable enough for you.
Did we go live already?
Yep, been live for the last 8 minutes.
All right, awesome. Hello, hello, people.
Hello. All right, Park. I'm gonna cut you off. Stream started. We'll talk in Skype. Talk in Skype.
Can you send the link in TeamSpeak?
Yeah.
Or Skype, whichever one.
Yeah. But we should try to look over that demo regards at the end tomorrow before we practice, something like that. So I'll try to take a look at it as well. Yeah, it's a good practice though.
Oh, Squiggles baited you so hard, Thomas. Oh my god. That was bad. I don't know if he lagged or something, but he like looked right at the guy and didn't kill him. Right. See you later.
I see.
Disconnected.
Alright, for those who didn't know, that was Counter-Strike practice. I have a Team Liquid community team. We're trying to work our way up the ranks. Get ready for the next season of SIBO.
That's right. Represent Team Liquid.
That's right. So how are you doing today, BisuDagger?
I'm doing pretty good. You know, today's been pretty drama filled. If you didn't know.
Has been.
Yeah.
I've been suggested to not talk about it, but I don't know.
You know, we got to talk about it.
Do you think we got to talk about it?
We got to talk about it because it's affecting this SSL tournament, and the fact that Effort might not be playing are huge implications on whether there's something that's being horribly run between OGN and their players, or if Effort's just really kind of making a big deal out of nothing.
Yeah, sorry about that, Blind Rob. We're gonna talk about it. Yeah, so here's the thing, though.
Hold on, I'm hearing a lot of noise in the background. Is that me or you?
That's me.
Hold on.
I was putting my food away.
No, I'm hearing like the actual game. Okay, never mind. That was me.
Okay, so anyways, like here's what I think about it, though.
Right.
If Effort was doing it like what he just talking about that when he was drunk on stream.
Right. He was drunk on stream when he was saying all that stuff.
Okay, so it's probably just him mostly drunk rambling. However, if what he says is true, the fact that OGN hasn't standardized like their launchers is an issue. Right.
I totally agree with that. And regardless of whether, he expected Windows 7 and got what he wanted of Windows XP, they need to be consistent. They need to choose one and say, this is what you guys are going to be stuck with.
Right.
Yeah, and I mean, people might say that because I'm a Bisu fan, I'm just going to take Bisu's side, but I really don't think that Bisu did anything wrong in this situation, even though Everett's kind of mad at him for being able to get his request of using XP also.
Right.
So hopefully the fact that Kongdu is actually representing some of these players will actually it'll pay off here. We'll see why it's good for them to be under this organization here.
Okay, so apparently Effort's name did get removed from the group stage, which means he actually did drop out. But then the question is though, like, who's going to replace him? Like, what's the process for that?
Well, I think that it's a little too late in the game to add someone in. I mean, even Effort's first game versus Mind has already been played. And we're 2 games done with Group A. I think it would just be kind of unfair to bring someone new into the round of 16 at this point.
That might be possibly true, though, but you can't just give, like, Effort's opponent a free win for nothing.
I guess that's true.
At this point, that's a huge unfair advantage. But then you have to replay out the entire Group A, because then if you're going to bring that new person in, then he should have a fighting chance against the rest of the group. Which means that the results may be completely skewed and different now, based on what happens.
Well, let's look at the scenario of, because we can't guess if someone new is going to come in, that there's going to be 3 players in Group A. And those 3 remaining players would be Sack, Mind, and Movie. And Movie's already down 0-1. So Sack and Mind look like they still have a good opportunity to advance. And I think it would make it even easier not having Effort in the group for both those Terrans to come out of Group A on top.
That might be the case. I mean, we'll have to see.
I don't think Movie has been performing on a caliber of those other 3 players in Group A. That's just my personal opinion.
Well, I don't think Movie was ever going to perform, though. He's kind of like Olympus, where, you kind of want to root for him, but he hasn't really shown that he's ready to stay on top.
Right. It's kind of like cheering for Pusan.
That's true, yeah.
He's one of those players that it doesn't matter what his skill level's at. You just want to cheer for him because he's been around since, 2002? Something ridiculously early in the game. Yeah. So he's just one of the favorites in our hearts.
Right. And I think we're having some lag on Africa stream. Are you seeing that at the bottom? Or?
I was actually looking at some stats here, but I'll keep an eye on it. Looks like it might be stuck here on Group D unless they're talking about it.
Let me turn on the Korean... Oh, no. Okay, we're good. We're good, boys.
Yeah, it just caught up for me, too. So we do have TBT coming up first, right?
Right.
For Group A, it's going to be Sack versus Mind, and Sack is far and above everybody else in this TBT matchup.
Right. He did win the last SSL based off of it, so... I mean,
Right.
just going off the stats alone, Sock, like general TBT stats, Sock would be the favored one here, but I think Blindart just told me right now that Mind has played Sack twice in tournaments and lost both games, so Sack has a 2-0 win rate against Mind at the moment. And
Right.
He's going to be looking to make it a 3-0.
I think the one advantage that Mind does have is he's a super creative player. I feel like he can think of really good strategies. The same way he thought of that one strategy in his matchup in the best of 3 with Bisu in the KSL. That first game, he came out with something that was a perfect timing attack and a weakness that Bisu had in that matchup. So if he studied this film or the replays correctly, he might have something up his sleeve for SAC on La Mancha.
Right, speaking of replays though, does OGN release the replay packs from the games?
I don't know if they make the replays available, but obviously you can watch their YouTube VODs.
Right. I wonder if that's enough to actually study the game. I mean,
Yeah.
the players would be able to study it, but you know, for us spectators, it'd be nice to be able to see the replay.
Well, something I noticed on Wednesday is that some of these players are able to stream them live in their first-person views, I think. Because someone was watching Brood War on their phone at the same time, and I wasn't sure if they were watching a first-person view on their phone or if they were just watching someone else playing Brood War while they were at the studio.
Well, they had a first-person view, though. I like to know which channel was that, so I could tune in as well. Somehow.
I know. They had some sort of insider special smartphone there.
They should do what NBC did and just like have all the TVs on the side just with the first-person view.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Looks like we're having that sick intro video playing through here.
Is this a new one? I think it is.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen this one yet. I like the button head.
I like the jackets, man. It's like the gangster jackets, you know,
Yeah.
the motorcycle gangs.
Yeah. They hook these guys up with some pretty cool clothing.
Right.
I mean, if anything, even if you get a low price from the prize pool, at least you got some sweet outfits. Okay, so we are going to be going into La Mancha. That's going to be the first map here, and it's one of the smaller maps in this map pool, even though it's a 4-player map.
Yeah, so this is the first game of the night here with Amazingxkcd and alongside my co-caster of the cast and Archon, BisuDagger. We have Sock as the teal Terran in the bottom left, and we're going to have mine as the green Terran in the top right. So cross spawns actually, it's actually going to be interesting because
Awesome.
both players might just opt to go for the 14cc, and it's going to be completely safe for both players. Or even like say one player goes 14cc, the other one goes like battery expand, it'll still be pretty safe.
I would say whoever goes for the greediest build, it should pay off for them just because of the cross spawns.
Right. So the question now becomes like, what's the player's build going to be? So we'll hope we're going to see it in quite a little bit. But interesting thing about this map though, that it's very easy to set up a tank line due to the nature of all the bridges, and because of that, it's very hard to break out of a contain. Like, very, very hard. So ideally, both players should be looking to not get contained early on.
Right. What you need to do is be very active with vultures on this map, because if you're moving to the right or you're going to the left, like depending on how you want to go around this kind of spoke in the middle, you just want to put your vultures around, lay those mines out, and try and gain advantages by going for counterattacks.
Or not even that, just get the map vision so that whenever the Terran army does push out, you know how to reposition yourself. So we're going to see Sock put a forward barracks up on his main base. This is actually a pretty interesting location. Like, I'm wondering if you're going to like float it down. What you're going to do with it?
Yeah, it's definitely putting him in a position where he could float that barracks out if he does want to have it for one of those scouting barracks that gives your tanks that vision.
I mean, it also could be like an anti-forward barracks as well. So, I mean, we're going to see mine go for the 14cc here. So already we're going to have mine in the economic advantage, due to the fact that Sock's not going to be able to challenge this for a long time. However, you could see Sock go for like a 1-rack FE, which would then be an okay trade-off. But you're going to get the little fast attack for the slower economy.
Yeah. So even with the cross-bomb position, I mean, there is that option to go for like a few Marines and a couple tanks and going for a faster push off possibly even one base. I mean, typically a Terran will take their natural. I mean, it's just something that's a safe thing to take. But I wonder if Stack will go for something aggressive. Remember in the finals, he was playing against Last, where he went for really heavy vultures and went for like just basically pure vulture attacks, overwhelmed him, and Last didn't anticipate something like that.
What's interesting though, that I don't think Sock made an actual Marine there. Like, he just built the bunker, the barracks, and just completely started floating it up top.
Right.
So, I think what he's doing right here is trying to catch the scouting SCV from mine, so that he knows based on the timing of that SCV, he knows where mine's going to be.
It's kind of like a Zerg player floating their Overlord.
Right. And it's also nice about this that since mine can't really challenge early on, that barrack is going to be way faster in mine's area than mine's own barrack is going to be in Scott's area. So Sock can have a little bit of map vision with that barrack.
Right.
And we do see him go for the factory here.
But we are seeing Marines pumped out for Mind at least in the top right. The command center getting placed in that natural base, so it is going to come to that 2-base economy for SAC eventually. Just he's going to be really behind on the SCV count, and that could pay off huge for Mind here.
I'm more worried about the his tech count, like started tech, because right now Mind's getting the factory almost the same time as Sock did. So
right.
So even if Sock, let's say the first tank or falls out, it's not going to be anything useful because of the map cross spawns.
Yeah, Sac's not putting him in a position to get ahead right now.
But that floating bears can allow Sock to set up something quite interesting. He's going to have that vision early on, and he is going to pump out a vulture. Right. So if we have first vulture coming across the map, and a starport coming out for Sock.
Generally, you also see that floating barracks to an opponent's base is if you can give vision to a mineral line and try and siege over a ridge. But I just don't see that being something that Sock can do on this map.
I don't think tanks can even reach it.
Right.
Unless you get all the way up to the natural, which then you don't really need that barracks to see it. However, we have Mind going to go for triple factory here, and Sock's going to get that starport up. So I'm wondering.
Yeah. So maybe this Wraith play will pay off, but the fact that Mind's going up to 3 factories means that he could get Goliath out pretty quickly if he needed to transition into Goliath.
I think Sock's going to be leaning more towards dropship play. I feel like with this map, dropships could be more effective than raids in general, because you can ferry units around quite quickly and bypass a lot of these the static turret defenses. You can only build turrets so much on not the entire map is buildable, so.
Yeah, well, we'll know right away if we see that add-on flash, and then we're gonna know that he is going for the cloak upgrade.
Right. So we got vulture mines coming out. Mine shouldn't lose that vulture. He needs to be careful about it.
But he ends up losing it anyway. Some good micro by Sack.
He does have 2 more vultures coming out, but just losing that 1 vulture is kind of a little bit of setback. But I don't think it's not going to matter too much. It's not going to matter in the end.
No.
So we do have that control tower on the starport now, so it's probably going to be that first dropship coming out. Sock's going to be looking to make some action here, because he does have to catch up to Mine. That's the problem, though. Like, he is behind SCV count.
Well, this is cool. He's getting basically a free scan because he does not have the academy built, but floating in that barracks will allow him to get that vision of the main base.
Right. Meanwhile, Mine is actually funneling 5 vultures about the map, and I think it's not going to scout the dropship.
That was so lucky.
But however, Sock is building a wall here. This is actually quite interesting play coming in for Sock. He's going to build 2 spy depots and an academy at his wall, just to block off the incoming vultures.
Right.
And he has a tank there.
He built those just in time, so really good response, recognizing that the vultures were going to be on the way. Oh, but Mine's got a lot of defenses here inside of his main base. It's going to clear off that drop pretty quickly.
Right, and look at how many vultures Mine has. So Mine's already showing his hand to Sock that he's going to go for a heavy vulture gameplay.
Right. Oh, I thought he was going to be able to drop behind that main mineral line. He might have had an opportunity to pick off SCVs.
Alright, he's going to snipe off that second SCV there, maybe. Nope.
No.
SCV still lives.
Oh, wow. So this didn't work at all. And that kind of was a frustrating drop for Sack to have to try and pull off.
Right, notice because of Mine's high vulture count, he has complete map control right now. Sock can't even push out. He only has 1 tank, but not even then that's enough. I mean, this drop has done nothing. Like, Sock invested a starport, control tower, dropship, and like a couple vultures in. And he has nothing to gain for it. Like, already Mine has a Goliath coming out. And what's even worse about this is that because Sock has shown his gameplay that he has dropship, Mine can just like push out straight across the map, which he looks like he's actually going to do. And just set up a soft contain here.
This early unit composition is very strong for Mine right now. His army's definitely overwhelmingly favoring him, and so I think that Mine should push out here and try and take advantage of this.
Ooh, Sock did try to go for another drop in the main base here, but looks like it's not going to be effective at all.
I just don't see these drops working, especially with that Goliath inside the main base. Between the main and the natural, there's not much area that even just 1 Goliath has to cover, so he's got that pretty much on lockdown. What he can either try to do is put pressure on the natural base and get that contained that we were saying was so dangerous, or go for a third and take it relatively safely.
Oh, I think it's too late to do both options, though. Sock is going to try to push out a little bit, but I mean, Mine has already started to set up his soft contain here. He has already had Mine like hitting up Sock's Sucks third.
Right.
Oh, he has tanks sieged up on the high ground, so. And don't forget, he has that barracks, so he can scout it out. Well. Oh, this is not good. Mine's going to force a scan here, but I don't think it's going to be that effective. Both tanks are out of range of each other.
Right. And just taking that small advantage of being on the high ground here.
Right. But however, Sock does now have a way out of his natural, so it's not actually that bad. Mine's going to try to reinforce with more tanks here, but needs to be very dangerous about these vulture run-bys that Sock is now attempting. He has a pretty sizable amount of vultures right now. 5 vultures coming in. If you get a run-by, that could force mine to pull his units back.
Oh, those vultures are going to come in here, and they're going to be focusing on these 2 tanks here, and this is a pretty big loss. In fact, none of those mines got detonated on the tanks, just placed down from the vultures here, and so Sack's going to have to look to reinforcements of his army to try and gain back that position, which is going to be really difficult right now.
Ooh, both players charging in right now. Mine pushing Sleep Army tanks forward. Ooh. Nice target fire by Sock there. Target fire that tanks together to get it down in one shot.
Yeah. Sack managed to get himself back to that positioning that he wanted to hold on to there, but kind of lost his 2 tanks because of no support. And looks like it's going to happen again. Mine's doing a really good job of trading vultures for tanks right now.
Right. However, we do see that the control tower was blinking, so it looks like Sock's going to try to transition to raids. Oh, this is not good either. Sock just lost his barracks. He's going to have to rebuild it, so no more factories for now.
Yeah, I was just noticing that Mind is actually using his barracks to be able to scout without having to do massive amounts of scan as he does pressure on that natural position that Sack's holding. Meanwhile, Sack's barracks was doing absolutely nothing in that same spot.
Right. I mean, mine might go for a run-by here to try to kill the SCB third. Well, you have a Vulture battle in the middle of the base here. Sorry, middle of the map. Sock does have this Fury and Vulture count, so he's really going to force mine back, but, I mean, once again, like, Sock has not done anything quite effective this game. Mine has been dominating right now so far.
Still, there is a lack of Goliaths mixed in with this army, and maybe catching Mind off with a critical amount of rates will be a game changer.
Right, but you can't really go a critical amount of the rates off of 2 bases. You need to have at least that 3rd base.
Yeah. Especially if you want to maintain a factory army at the same time that you're building these raids.
Right.
It's just really difficult.
We have another vulture, more vultures engaging against each other on the right side of the map. Mine's going to be able to win it out due to his superior numbers. He does have the tank out. However, he did loosen up his control over Sock's natural, so Sock's now going to start expanding to the 9 o'clock location. And he's going to clear out Mine's vulture defenses here, just to give himself some map control.
Ooh, and a couple nice tank hits here.
Nice idea with the Goliath, pushing in forward, forcing the tanks down siege.
Wow, okay, already taking out one of these tanks here. The Goliaths might be able... Oh! Both of them die at the same time.
Ooh, that was close. That was close. However, Mine is still being able to reinforce here, which is actually a problem for Sock. Sock has been winning these full engagements and forcing Mine back and back, but he has yet to clear out his side of the map, which is going to be a big issue.
Yeah.
However,
I feel like with this kind of pressure that Sack's not going to be able to take one of his closer thirds. It might have to float that command center really far away to try and take a hit in expansion.
He might actually... that might be the case though, but Sock did build his command center close to the 9 o'clock base, so it looks like he's gearing himself to take that close third.
Yeah.
And also the way
he's been constantly trying to hold that one position so that way he could safely take his 3rd base, but I don't think there's going to be anything safe in this game.
Ooh, Sock is just going to try to build his raid count here. I mean, Mine has been skimping out on Goliath. It's only got like maybe 2 or 3. Ooh, nice mine drag there.
Right.
Mine got lucky there with that mine drag.
But the fact that Mine has a 3rd base, and he probably has a few more factories than the last time we saw his main base, he could get like 5 or 6 Goliaths out at the same time here. And that's a pretty solid force of Goliaths just off of one round.
Alright. But I mean, Mine's going to have to challenge his 3rd base right now if he doesn't want Sock to get back into the game here. Oh, that's a very dangerous SCB transfer. Ooh.
Oh, those spider mines getting so close to the tanks there.
I mean, ooh, what's nice.
Look at that. Mind has a pretty good raid count too. So Sack actually doesn't even know. Probably hasn't scanned inside the base. And so Mind is actually going to be pretty prepared for this air assault.
Oh, I'm kind of worried for Sock here right now.
Yeah, the leading TVT player looks like he might have been outmatched on this map.
But I mean, he can still come back though. Like, just play it really slow, take one base at a time.
Right.
So right now, Sock is like, so Sock has our top left control of the map. He just has the his bottom right, sorry, bottom left has just been put heavily closed. However, he can get a good flank off since he has that top left and crush Mine's army in the middle there. He would have a chance. So now Mine reveals his hands. It looks Sock's gonna coming in. Ooh, nice.
He's chasing him back here. You know what? One of the frustrating things about not being able to hold that position that Sack's wanting to stay in is the fact that he can't build kind of that building infrastructure of turrets and supply depots around the tanks, and because he doesn't have those additional turrets, it won't help against the anti-air of Mine's raids.
Right, that is also true as well. Ooh, Sock does win out that huge race engagement. I think Mine should have pulled back a little bit. Wait for a second to let it come across the map.
Mine can lose that engagement and still be fine, just because he has such an economic lead.
Right. I mean, once again, Mine still continuing to be able to reinforce. Sock did lay a minefield out there, but I don't think it's going to be quite effective at all. Is that a expansion in the bottom right?
Oh, yeah, wow. It looks like he's going to be taking a 4th down at that 5 o'clock location.
Alright, and now Sock does scan Mine's 3rd, but he's going to get a couple of SCVs here, so it's very nice. There's only one tank defending. And Sock, yeah, alright, nice. He's going to get that tank killed with Mines.
Wow, this is an awesome vulture run by for Sack. This is exactly what he needed to get himself back into this game. It looks like he's going to be attacking that natural base too. How many SCVs can he take out here? Mind, he doesn't have enough units to instantly take out these vultures. Going to lose quite a few SCVs. And that's a great trade.
Dude, that was a fantastic trade. So basically, with all the economic advantage that Mine had, Sock was able to equalize it quite a bit. He got for like maybe a couple of vultures at most. Like the amount of like SCVs he killed there allowed Sock to start getting back in the game now. The only issue though is that Sock is yet to deal with Mine's map control. That's the big issue here. And look at that Mine's tank line in the middle of the map. That is just insane.
Oh, he's pulling so many SCVs into the tank line here, trying to get a lot of tank kills. I think that was kind of a suicidal move by Sack.
Oh,
GG.
GG.
Oh.
I'm not sure why Sock would do that, though, because I mean, sure he lost mid, but the game wasn't over yet. He still had an ability to move out his units across the map. He should have went back to the dropship plan originally. Okay,
right.
Go down another starport, just play super defensively, get that dropship, and just start like playing around that mid control that Mine has.
I think just Sack had a momentary lapse of insanity. That was nuts.
That might be the case, but I mean the biggest issue we had there is like Sock early game did nothing to stop Mine's economy, so Mine was able to overpower Sock. That's the biggest issue we had here.
Man, what a game. Mine looked pretty good in there. I don't know how dominant we could say Mine played, because I feel like Sack just lost the build order game early on and didn't overcome it. He made some really poor decision making to try and come back.
Yeah, I would say so as well. That'd definitely be the case. Because let's say you go like one factory against a 14cc crosspoint, you can still try to set up a small contain. Like just start producing tanks, do another factory down right after your command center starts going, and then just try to set up the soft contain. I mean, even if you have to pull up a couple SCVs to do it, it's still doable. Since Mine can't challenge it that early on.
Well, what Sack did would have been fine if his drop did any damage, but it was so expensive to get to that point and do absolutely nothing, and so that pretty much was the dagger in that game.
If you're gonna do a drop, you should probably do it with a tank as well.
Yeah, I was just thinking about earlier in that game when he went behind the main mineral line. If he had dropped a siege tank back there, he could have gotten a couple shots off and defended it with 2 vultures. Might have gotten quite a few SCV kills.
Right. Or even then, like have the vultures tank for the tank, which sounds weird, but that's how it's gonna work.
Yeah.
So we have the sniper commercial here, and we're going to have a quick commercial break.
Of course, pretty standard. The commercial breaks aren't hideously long, fortunately.
That is good.
Yeah. So that's going to put Mind at the top of the group. He has a 2-0 lead, and Sack is going to be down 1-1. But guys, we don't know how this group is going to play out still because of the fact that Effort has dropped out of this league. So it's just Sack, Mind, and Movie in Group A so far. We were just wondering, should they add in an extra person to finish off this group, or keep it as is?
Good question. I can't really say much about it. I need to know more information.
Yeah. Well, without speculation, we could go into Group B. We know the 4 players here: Zero, Last, Olympus, and Killer. And I don't know if you caught up on Wednesday's game, but Olympus went for a DT rush where he built 6 DTs and suicided them into a natural base where SEVs showed that they can out-repair 6 SEVs, or 6 DTs.
So here's the thing, though. Olympus can only cheat. Once you block his cheese, he's over. Like, he's not a good player, in my opinion.
No, I don't think he's good at all, and he in his own mind is overrated, because I don't think anybody else here is overrating him. He himself is. And he looked surprised when he lost the last. You know, the runner-up in the SSL.
Right.
So he needs a little bit more humility.
Like, I was even surprised he made it to the round of 16. Like,
Right.
I thought he would be out in the round of 24.
But here's the deal. This is what won him the round of 24, and what might win him his game today. He is playing on New Heartbreak Ridge.
It's against Zero, though, the best ZVP we have right now. I don't know, man. I don't know.
My hero might be better in ZVP. I might take that argument against you.
Really?
Yeah, I think Hero's good, man. He hasn't faltered since his finals against Bisu in the SSL 9.
I don't know, man. I gotta go root for my Wu Jing boys.
Yeah, typical fandom.
Not a fan of it, but it's true.
Yeah, well, Hero has the highest APM of all the programmers currently, and I feel like while it may be not as wisely used against Terran, he does use it extremely well against Protoss players. It's like he doesn't even need to make decisions. His hands just have their minds of their own.
Well, I mean, like, their gameplay against Protoss early on is pretty standard, so you can like, basically muscle memory where once you have a set build in mind. The only thing that requires, like, a lot of thinking, though, is, like, mid to late game.
Right.
And that's when you gotta, like, start reading your opponent based on what he's trying to do. So.
Well, if Olympus can make it to the mid to late game, I'd be impressed.
I mean, he can make it, but he's gonna be at a disadvantage.
Right.
However, it is Heartbreak Ridge, so anything can happen.
Yeah, I know. Last week there was a PvP, and that was between Free and Ginchi. And Ginchi did basically a Reaver proxy at the top left of the map, and Free scouted it out. And the only reason I could conclude that he knew that there was that proxy Reaver is because there was one less pylon in the main base of Ginchi, and he just really sensed it out. And that totally threw everything for a loop for Ginchi. Got wrecked on Heartbreak Ridge.
Right.
So maybe Olympus could try something similar and get away with it. I doubt it. I'd say proxy scouts. That's the way to go.
Proxy scouts? I don't know, man. I'm thinking the Royal Stove.
The Royal Stove. Ooh. No, who did we see try and pull that off? Who in the KSL was the Protoss player against Hero that just did the terrible opening?
Jaehoon?
Yeah, Jaehoon. He hooned himself.
That was just a funny thing to watch.
I still can't get over that game. He built like 1 unit in 3 tech buildings.
I think he even tried to tech the Arbiters. That was the funniest part.
Right. That was confusing. I still just I wonder what happened that day for him.
Woke up on the wrong side of the bed.
Oh my god. You know what he did? He woke up on the crapper. You know when you get up in the middle of the night, use the bathroom, and fall asleep on the toilet? That's where he woke up.
I hate that.
Yeah, that's the worst. You're like, have I been using the bathroom this whole time? What hour is it?
No, like then your leg falls asleep.
Right.
You gotta sit there for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, then you can't get. Then you're like Kill Bill, where her legs are asleep, and you're like slothing out of the bathroom. Oh boy. Yeah. So I think Zero's in a good position. He's probably going to get B2-0 today, and the only real challenge he's going to have left is Last. And I'm pretty interested to see how Last is in TVZ.
From what I've seen of Last, like, it's pretty random.
Yeah.
Either he's good or he's bad.
Well, even, I don't know. I feel like Last says he's good, and he did good in the SSL earlier on, but I just don't have a lot of faith in him myself.
Right. Well, if you look at the SSL 10 run, like, he just got passed by on his TVT. And he was playing against other Terrans that didn't have a TVT strength, so. I mean, I think people are overrating him in the finals.
Yeah. But I feel like if he can advance first in his group, he'll have proven a lot to me.
Well, he has to overcome Zero here.
Yeah, definitely. And eventually he's going to have to play Killer, too. That'll be the next game on July 12th.
That's the harder one, actually.
Yeah. If Killer comes out in beast mode.
Oh, he will. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah. He's Killer's a player that may be a little bit out of form right now, but he's not a player that just will shy away from the challenge.
That's right.
I love the production quality inside this studio. So awesome.
I'm surprised, like, the stands are actually quite filled up.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's only like, what, 2 p.m. in Korea? Oh, like 1:30 right now?
Yeah. But at least school's out.
Is it?
Yeah, it's the summer.
Yeah, but Korea might have a different school system than we do.
No, I believe everybody has the American system.
America? American school system, best system?
It is the best system. Oh, look at that. They were showing some intense conversation.
Oh, that's not me. That was not me.
No, I believe it. Probably Sonic. Hacking into the StarCraft universe.
The Gibson.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I don't understand this SCV pull.
Yeah, that was a frustration move right there. That, or maybe he thought he needed to.
No, because he had a way out of that contain. Like, he was able to ferry units behind his own tank line, so all he did is, like, saturate his tank line, ferry units behind, and then just, like, kill off SOC reinforcements with another tank line.
Right.
But he didn't do that, so. What do you know?
Apparently nothing.
Yeah, whatever. Whatever, kids.
Whatever.
Just don't do that in TVT, kids.
Yeah.
Use proper punishment against the 14cc. So here we have Olympus. He surprisingly has a positive win rate. Wow.
What is that? You like 50.1%?
I was like 24, 19, and 5 or something like that.
Yeah. But let's look at something that nothing atrocious here. Okay, fine.
Alright, so my stats man Blindward told me that Zero is number 2 in ELO right now.
Really?
Yeah, he is.
Well, that's good. Guess who's number 1?
Bisu.
Bisu.
Not surprising.
Yeah. So, Zero's had some pretty solid performances lately. I can't believe C is number 3, but he's not in this tournament.
Well, if you win all the small ones, it doesn't matter.
I know. The ELO should count less. But it doesn't. So, it's a terrible system. Now, I do believe that Hero is in the top 10 still. And he was much lower than that before. So, he's still in the top 10 in the ELO.
Right. And remember, Zero does have a 57 to 18 win. 57 games won against Philadelphia, 18 games lost. So
yeah,
that's a staggering amount of games won. Well, staggering, huge win rate percentage right there. Yo, Blindward, we haven't got the Hero yet. Don't worry about giving me stats for Hero. So one thing, we got this cool intro. Do you know what song this is?
What's that?
You know what song this is?
I don't even have the volume on.
Whoa. They had Zero in that commercial. They're gonna have to edit him out. Oh, I did effort, my bad, not zero.
Yeah, I figured you meant effort. I let it slide. My brain hurt a little though.
My brain is dead, man. Like, I had a tough Counter-Strike practice. Spent like 3 hours practicing. We had a tough game against a couple main players. My head hurts. So.
Well, it's just so people are clear, because I know you didn't make this clear, XKCD, is that your Counter-Strike practice is playing big game hunters.
No.
Oh, come on. No, it's StarCraft Ghost. StarCraft Ghost is your train.
Nothing though.
Alright, so it looks like we are going to be going into Group 2. Group B, it's going to be Zero versus Olympus.
Isn't it the favorable spawn for Olympus? He wanted the pylon rush to block the natural.
Oh, it definitely could be. But I think there is no favorable spawn when you're playing against Zero.
No, but like I think the if you block the choke point at the main, the forward does actually block on the right side, not the left side.
That's pretty interesting. And look, there's a pylon coming out. So lo and behold.
No, that's just for forge expand.
No,
sorry to dash your hopes.
No, the Forge a proxy. It's not a Forge expand.
No, it's a Forge expand.
Oh, XKC, you're killing hype. You're killing hype.
Well, if I wanted it. Alright, if that was going to be hype, he's going to build 2 gateways there, so we can still have hype going on. You can
right.
Alright, that. Oh, look who's in the crowd. Some chest up guy.
You look pretty sharp. Maybe he's the CEO of OGN coming out there to enjoy the festivities.
So we're going to have an overpull coming out from Zero. Pretty safe build order for him. He's going to be able to fast expand relatively easy while still have early links out in case Olympus does something cheesy.
Right. I like the choice of overpull, knowing his opponent here. It would suck if he lost to his stupid build.
Right. Well, I think we're going to see Olympus go for the Forge expand.
Right.
Only because, like, it's pretty standard enough, and so he doesn't have to worry about, like, the build order preparation for that much. The question, though, is, will his wall be good?
Yeah, well, now we know from last time we were talking about this that the Forge actually blocks off that space between the geyser and the Forge.
I'm surprised Zero sent his drone all the way up to his third. This is an interesting hatchery location.
Oh, huh. I wonder. No, that's pretty interesting. Putting his second hatchery up there.
I don't think. No, well, I think what he's gonna do though is like he's just putting it there just so that he doesn't get pylon blocked because Olympus is gonna fight it. But now since he didn't put it out there, Olympus might have to be wary about it. I mean,
right.
He did put down the Nexus first, but I mean, doesn't mean that Zero can't do something super cheesy like a forward hatchery to build a something.
Right. And he's okay, so he's going for the gas here, and I didn't know if he was going to try and threaten some sort of early link speed rush here. It does kind of depend on when he does take his third, how much pressure he wants to put.
No, he's going to take his natural once that probe goes down.
Right.
I mean, it's just a different arrangement of the build order, but I mean, it's pretty safe.
Yeah.
Because Olympus doesn't know about that third place location yet, and the only thing he knows is that there has been no natural hatchery. Now he's going to see it, which is then going to make Olympus think that there's a third somewhere.
Yeah. Because this is really, you would take your natural and then build a third hatchery as a macro hatchery at this point. So instead, because the bases are relatively close and not too terribly hard to defend, he just has all 3 right now. So this is actually putting him in a pretty good position here. And that probe just being so annoying. Its shields are coming back. It's able to just skirt around the Zergling here and determine where third is.
Yeah, so Olympus did see that the creeps moving out, so he knows where the third is. So it's actually pretty. So Zero's going back to the standard like build order here, and we haven't had a look at an Olympus base in a while, so we're not sure what he's doing right now. I'm really curious to see what wall he picks this time.
But I will say his probe banker is pretty good, and his game sense is good early in the game. So at least we got to give Olympus credit where it's due.
Right.
Oh, we see a zealot. Oh, we see. Okay. So he only built one cannon, and because he scouted really well, he only needed to build that one cannon.
Right. So the first zealot is out, and I just got information from my statsman Blind right here. Thank you very much. CVP on Heartbreak Ridge is 13-9 in favor of Zerg.
Oh, awesome.
Alright.
Way to go, Zerg.
Yeah, so this is a good idea. So you can send that first zealot out to the third here. And looks like, I think Zero actually overproduced that Zerglings too much compared to Zerglings. You only need one Jason at probe, and I think 3 other Zerglings would be fine. Oh, wait, there's that second zealot. Okay, so that has to be explainable now.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Nice drone job coming in from Zero here.
Yeah, okay, so his drones are going to stay alive here. He's going to have some lings, probably go one at a time, attacking that trap zealot in the mineral line there. Another one coming across, and I like that Olympus is trying to continually apply pressure here.
Ooh, nicely done by Zero there. Only lose.
Yeah.
I think he only lost one Zergling there.
I didn't know that he could get all those Zerglings in that small area. I think Olympus is probably surprised by that too. Oh, and the drones are going to catch that zealot here too, and that's going to go down.
Right, here's the thing though, like, as a Protoss player, you can't just, like, recklessly give away the zealots like that. Like, I mean, Olympus just marched it onto the hatchery there. Like, he could have kept that zealot alive, and it can be more annoying. Right. Now, since he already gave up 2 zealots, like, this allows Zero to have complete map control. And don't forget, like, Zero can now just power drone here, especially when, I'm not sure if you saw the double Stargate build that's happening right now for Olympus. And I don't agree with that at all.
Well, the Spire is on its way for Zero, so that's going to be good for him. And sometimes instead of going for heavy drones, it can spurn some really heavy aggression from a Zerg player. But I think that it's wise for Zero to just go into more of the macro games. Since she's so good.
Sorry, I'm going to stand corrected. I missaw that building. That's actually a Citadel instead of a second starport.
Okay, because I did not see that second Stargate, but I wasn't going to correct you.
Correct. Yeah, so
I thought maybe you saw something.
Yeah, so we're going to a super fast sample archives here. So we're going to see that Sarah DT coming out from Olympus here.
Yeah.
I mean, first Corsair's out. It's going to challenge the. No, I don't
he's going to lose that.
I mean, dude, like, this is like the SSL curse. Like, every Protoss player that makes Corsairs, like, terrible Michael did.
Right.
Absolutely.
Bison, free.
Like, I don't get this.
Oh, man. These guys just don't care about Sairs. I wonder if they've been training with Jaehoon too much.
I mean, they've been playing too much against too much Terrans, but you don't need to have a Sayer at all.
Right. Oh, man. Oh, those Scourge just...
No, you know what the worst part about that is that the Olympus didn't even get inside of Zero's main base, so Olympus has no idea what Zero's doing right now. Zero's actually going for the heavy muta play here.
Right.
So Olympus is going to be completely...
This could be devastating.
Olympus is going to be completely caught off guard from this.
Well, and he went DTs, which I was thinking that he should not go DTs and go High Templar first. I know that he's going to try and get some free drone kills here, but if he went High Templars first, he could have morphed Archons. You only really need 2 Archons to effectively defend against those mutas in your main and natural base. Oh, and the DT's going to get picked off. The Overlord's in a really good spread out positioning there, giving Zero that vision in case he needed to pick off the Dark Templars.
Well, however, it does reveal Zero's hand that he has a lot of mutas here, so the question is, what's Olympus going to do? He has 2 High Templars that is natural here. He could try to morph into Archon or try to save it for Storm. That'd be an interesting question. But
I would morph them right away, because if you wait for Storm, then you're constantly pulling your probes and disrupting your mining economy.
Right. I mean, but here's the thing though, like, Olympus actually splitting up his High Templar, so he's going to save for Storm here. And I think Zero's like just trying to use the mules to take map control, and while still trying to power drone and get his High Templars out. However, like, I didn't really like the fact that Olympus sent out his DT without any Corsair support. Like, ideally, you want the DT to come out when there's heavy Corsair pressure as well, so that you can force your opponent to multitask, having to deal with the DTs and the Sairs, and you're getting, like, Overload killed at the same time, freeing up space for your DT to come in and do some damage here.
Well, we have yet to see Olympus really prove himself as a good multitasker here, and now that he's got a lot of responsibilities in this game, it'll be really telling to see whether he can handle multiple fronts and deal with this aggression.
Right. So we have Zero.
That's a lot of Hydras.
That is a lot of Hydras.
Wow. They're just going to be beating on the front door here. I wonder what they're going to focus on first. Going for the gateway. But not necessarily taking out that forge. Oh, decent storm though.
Ooh. So nice storm there. However, I don't think that's actually going to be enough though. He only has the other high Tomper. He's going to bring high Tomper back from his main base to get another storm out.
Oh, that was another nice storm here. I don't think he has enough zealots, but he's not dropping any more cannons down either. He doesn't have enough army to deal with this. I don't know why he didn't try and drop down more photons.
Oh, nice storm as well.
The reinforcements are just going to be way too strong here. There's a ton of Hydra still pounding at the front door here, and they might be able to snipe off this High Templar, so the High Templar does go down. Another one just popping out of the gateway gets taken out. And these Hydras are still having a domineering presence.
Right, Zero's just suicided all these immediately shotty sniper those last 2 high Templars. And another nice storm there. Ooh, another nice storm coming in. Olympus has been hitting all these storms out pretty well. But he has nothing against this little Hydra pack here. And I think his Natural's going to fall.
Yeah, so his storms did pay off pretty good here. He just didn't have enough of a follow-up, not enough zealots or cannons to help with those High Templar.
Right. And Overlords do now have speed now, so they're able to keep up with the middles as well.
Right. Oh, and a GG from Olympus here.
GG. I mean, ultimately, it just came down to a case of Olympus not being able to properly execute his build and not doing any damage with it. Because Zero was able to completely just get out his bypass Hydra build and just completely run over without any, like, counteract, or at least counterattack coming in from Olympus.
Yeah, and really we can find that defining moment where Olympus had started to lose grasp of this game, and that was when he lost those Corsairs to the Scourge.
Right. Like, I mean, even as a Protoss player, like, you should never be using your first Corsair to hunt Overlord. Because you need to have that information. Like, information is paramount in this game. Especially when you don't have observers out. Like, just knowing what your player is going to do is going to help you better prepare. For example, Zerg's going to go for a massive Hydra army. Okay, then I don't need to keep producing more Corsairs. Like, Zerg's going to go for a very heavy Zergling army. Okay, I'm going to keep pumping Corsairs. Right? Because he's not going to have that Hydra force to defend his Overlords. I mean, it's all these little nuances is what set like players like Zero away from Olympus. So it's like that was a pretty easy game for Zero. Like no one should be surprised with that result. However, we do have the nice next game coming up though. It's going to be Free versus Mong after this commercial break, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, that is the matchup I've been most excited for today. I cannot wait to see this great TVP. Just to point out, Hyrule Gambit says that if last beats Killer, we will have the results for Group B ahead of time. We'll know that Zero and Last will both advance. But I think that's pretty expected, so we won't be too surprised by that.
You never know, man.
Yeah, you never know. But my Liquid Bets know, and I need to start climbing the Liquid Bet ladder. Guys, Liquid Bet season's gonna end with the SSL tournament here. So
I already lost my Liquid Bet. Like, I lost, what was that, like, one, like, small tournament where C and J-Hoon got, like, the round of 4, and that just killed my Liquid Bet. So I was like, I went from second place to, like, 100th place in, like, in 3 days.
Oh, wow.
I just, like, I quit. I lose this season. Get ready for the next one.
I don't know if you saw, but in StarCraft 2 Liquid Bets, I lost by 1 point.
Oh, that sucked.
It was so close. In like the final bet, I was forced to bet SKT. Like, obviously because they're the best and they're gonna win, and they did. But it's not like I could try and vote against the other people who are at the top.
Right.
But it's alright. Liquid Bet won, guys. Keep your votes coming in.
Okay, just don't give them the icons. Icons never happen.
Right. Yeah, we're 2 seasons behind on icons. Maybe 3. I can't remember how long I've been doing this now.
See, that's the problem. Like, you gotta get those icons, man.
Right.
You gotta like fill up your post ID. You know, gotta get like the TL Plus, the TL Plus Santa. Gotta get your quote in there. You know, gotta get your staff icon, your FPL winner icon.
I know.
Like, what else can we like fit in those little boxes?
Man, we need a team league so I can win FPL.
All right, we'll make an FPL if they're like an official like Brood War team league announced. All right.
Yes.
That would be totally worth it.
That, or we create an FPL for the fake Pro League, the Shinhan Tank Pro League that's been going on.
Oh, like my team just dissolved because we have too much real life commitments.
Oh, that sucks.
I
were you on?
No, I was on con. No, sorry.
You just named 3 different teams.
No, I'm on Star because I'm the captain, alright?
Okay.
I can't play. I have too much real life commitments.
Right.
Like, I legit haven't played a game of Brood War in like a couple months. You know, I'm sitting here casting this with you. It seems really strange, but it's happening.
No, listen. This is how I justify my existence in Brood War. It's like, you know how people play in the NBA, then they retire and they cast the NBA, but they don't play in it anymore?
Right.
That's what we do. I retired from playing, and I'm a full-time viewer of StarCraft 1. It's a job within itself.
It is. I don't think like I ever got to the point where I can say I retired from playing. I never got to the point where I can say I was good at the game itself.
Right.
So unfortunately, I don't have that same game plan as you.
Right.
Well, I can pretend I'm good, but that's not going to count.
Right. I can pretend all I want, but I can never claim that I was good. And retired doesn't actually make sense, but you know what? I needed a metaphor, and I gave you one.
Alright, that works, man. Works for me.
Alright. Well, we do have a great Group C. This is a group filled with Mong, Free, Genchi, and Tuck. And if you were reading, Scan had a pretty cool post on Team Liquid where he was talking about how he was playing against Zero and Duck as practice partners. And what he was saying was that both of them have pretty good muta control, because I know there was controversy over playing mutas on Windows 7,
Right.
and that Hyuk actually had even more aggressive mutas than Zero. So that says something about his micro as a Zerg player.
Well, Hyuk always had aggressive. Like, his default build against Terran is 2-hash muta. Always has, always will be. I mean, that's his strong point. However, he can't transition. I mean, if you watched Hyuk's game last game, we talked about this. He just can't transition. He couldn't do that in the Cuspide. He couldn't prove it that he could do it now. He has that same problem.
Right. Yeah, and he did look pretty scary for a little bit there. I thought Mong might slip behind in that game, but somehow he managed to win here.
That's the thing, though. Like, when you're against 2-hash muta, there's a clock that Zerg has. Zerg has to either kill you by the time the first vessel comes out, or do enough damage so that the first vessel doesn't really do much.
Right.
That's
or you somehow scorch the vessel.
That's what you don't want to get to that point where you have to scorch the vessel. That's just too many random factors in there. So you need to have the game done before then. Or what you could do is, like, you could do a safe 2-hash muta, where you just get like the first muta flock and then just like start transitioning right away. However, then the question is, why would you do that when you just do 3-hash muta and have a better economy? So that's right.
To go over the controversy, because someone asked in the chat. Effort was saying that on Windows XP you are a little bit more responsive with your Zerg play than on Windows 7. You could go to the Team Liquid thread to read more information, but basically he was just complaining that Windows 7 just wasn't quite as good when it comes to your micro, and other Zerg players don't seem to have that issue. So, yeah. Maybe Effort's just that good. Like, when you're embedded that much into the Matrix, you really have a more thorough understanding. Yes, Effort's part of the Matrix.
We're all part of the Matrix, man. We haven't been unplugged yet.
I know.
It's a bummer.
Well, why can't they, like, download some bullshit into my head? Come on. I want to wake up one day and go, I know StarCraft.
That's easy. You know how easy that is? That's called being a Korean.
Oh man, yeah, I know. One day I want to wake up and be Korean. I'm so sad. Well, guys, we're only an hour into this cast, and we're going to be moving on to Group C very shortly here. So the game that we're going to be about to see is on Circuit Breaker, and I think this is just the best map to see a PvP on.
It is, quite honestly, because like it's a very interesting spawn mechanics. Like if you're gonna have vertical spawn, you're gonna have very long macro games. If you're gonna have horizontal spawn, you're gonna have very short, aggressive games.
Right.
If you have cross spawn, it's gonna be a long, nice macro game. So we're gonna see the best of both worlds coming out.
Now take Mong, who I would put as a higher tier than Sharp and Iris, and those two players went for fast three command center expansions. Do you think Mong on a cross spawn could pull something off like that against a player at the caliber of Free?
No, the map. I mean, the map itself won't let you do it. That third is super hard to defend. Like no matter which third you take.
Right.
It was a different map like a Mantra or a map like Fighting Spirit. Even that's an easier game plan. However, like the problem with Circuit Breaker is just that third is way too open.
Yeah. And so those Terran players just got lucky because they were playing against a worse Protoss player.
Right. I mean, you have to take those gambles though if you want to win, but like
sure.
at the top tier, like if we're taking like the top Kesper era play, you just can't do a one factory triple expand on Circuit Breaker.
Right.
You might be able to do it like 2 factories, 3 factories, but that's like the most you could probably be greedy with.
Yeah, and I would say you wouldn't see a build order like that come out of someone like Flash, who can pull some risky moves, but that's not, like, his risky is 14cc against Protoss.
Right. So, I don't think Free has a signature unit, per se. I mean, he's one of the 6 dragons, but he's always been a solid Protoss, so...
Yeah.
I don't think, like, anybody has a signature unit. Like, that's the
first say that Free has some really good Arbiter play. He tends to make really good decision making when it comes to Arbiter style engagements against Mech Army.
Yeah, that might be the case, but I really don't think like anybody has a signature unit except for Quandro. It's like that's the only person you can say, alright, this signature unit is Earthling. Because it is. There's no,
right.
You can't deny that. So.
Right. Well, Bisu has a signature unit. Sair DT is kind of a signature thing.
Well, he invented it, but...
Right.
I'm not sure if he actually invented it, but I do know he popularized
right.
it.
He popularized the first Bisu build. Now we're talking about current players, right? Because obviously past players have signature units. Like Sulky was signature with Queens in the past.
Right. I think that's because it was like he just fed that off the zero who first introduced the Queen play. Like,
right.
Those 2 guys were the first 2 thirds to figure out the mech, playing against mech.
Okay, you know what Flash's signature unit is? Tanks.
No, SCVs.
SCVs.
SCVs and Buzzman.
Every Terran signature unit is the tank.
Well, that's not a signature unit then.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, the +1 Sair speed lock build was a very good build that Bisu made.
Yeah. Yeah, that speed lock timing was like something that saved Protoss because they were really slipping behind. 2010 were some dark ages, man.
No, they were good ages, okay? Zerg was doing well, Flash was doing well, I was happy.
You know what? No, because the only Protoss player that was doing well was Cal. In what world does that happen?
Well, Cal wasn't that bad.
I know, but he's supposed to just be like, you know, mid-tier.
No.
But no, for a while he was the best Protoss player.
No.
Look, you can't be 6'6" and be good at Protoss at the same time.
Yeah, you can.
Cal is like tall.
Okay, Cal is a man. He's like a manly man. Reach is a man. He's a manly man. Bisu is a man, a manly man. Naura is a man, a manly man. Kingdom is a man, a manly man.
What about Olympus?
He's not a man.
He's not a man.
He doesn't play proper Protoss. Proper Protoss is pedal to the metal. You go balls to the wall, man.
That's right.
You just watch like 20,000 Reach demos to learn the proper Protoss mentality.
Oh, that guy almost showed us his password to unlock his phone. Actually, if someone screen capped that, they could steal his phone and unlock it. Not saying that you should do that. I do not endorse stealing of any kind.
I'm going to disregard what my stats man Blind Rod told me, because that's not true.
Oh! BR better be giving those good stats.
Yes, Best is a man. He plays the best PvT, because he plays it like a man. Like, who needs fancy Arbiter tricks? Just makes tons of Zealots and Dragoons. And just
mass gateways.
Just mass gateways.
Can you believe that someone could have 60 gateways in a game?
27 was what he had.
No, 60.
No,
I don't believe it was any less.
No, he had 27.
What is the max? I swear we've seen more than
No, it was like 27-34. One of those numbers.
That's just insane. But I was probably drunk and seen double the gateways. That's how I got that count.
No, that's what happens when you're in-game. You feel like you have 60, but you don't.
Right.
Because you're like instantly remax, like, oh man, I must have like a lot of gateways.
Right. Sometimes I get up to 10 gateways and I'm like, I'm gonna win this game. Look at all these gateways. I feel so glorious.
Right.
Alright, going into match number 3 here in Group C. Guys, it's going to be Mong versus Free. Who do you think's going to win? Paste it in the chat. Let's see what you guys think today. Will it be the Fortuitous Terran or the Empowering Protoss?
You know, I forgot who I liquid betted, so I have no preference. And I don't want to check right now because I was going to force me to go away from full screen.
I am pretty sure I took Mong here, but let me see. No, I picked Free. Okay.
I would give the advantage to Free, but I think I liquid betted Mong here for the upset.
Yeah, I liquid betted Free, but I think I have an upset where Free loses later. I have Hyuk beating Free. How about that?
That has happened before, so we'll let it slide.
Yeah. I mean, I think Hyuk has to take at least one win here in this group, and I think he has a good chance against Free, if anybody.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is Group C. Amazingxkcd here, alongside BisuDagger, the cast and Archon. We're going to have Free versus Mong on Circuit Breaker, and we're going to have Mong at the blue Terran in the top right, and we're going to have Free at the red Protoss in the top left.
Top spawns!
Remember, it's horizontal, so that 12 o'clock location is going to be a huge contesting point for both players.
Right. This is going to be a crazy game, guys. I'm already getting that vibe here. We don't even have the supply depot out for the Terran player. Thank you again for listening to us, and this is day 3, which means that there's 3 days, potentially tiebreakers after, of StarCraft left to be watched.
Amen to that. It looks like Monk's going to build a supply depot right in front of his command center right there. He built it in such a location that allows him to glitch out his SCVs to the right of it, so a little bit faster mining. And just a little bit better economy.
Right.
What you need to do at this level, everything you can to boost your own gameplay and economy as well.
It was actually pretty interesting. If there's a thread by LedaBot who does the AI stuff for StarCraft, and he talked about the many different ways that a computer could actually optimize the mining paths for the SCVs to like optimize the economy, and after like a period of a couple minutes you get like a 500 mineral advantage.
Right. And I'm having my stats man Blind Rod telling me that Free and Mong have a 2-2 record against each other.
In the SOSPA era.
In the SOSPA era.
Well, I doubt they played actually in the Kespa era.
No, because Mong only played 1 game in total and got disqualified. So there's that.
Who did he lose to? Do you remember?
No, I think he had his headphones on wrong or something like that. He just got this PQ'd and it's like, that was his career. That's it.
He wore the headphones wrong. I totally forgot about that. Oh, Mong.
Yeah, so both players are going to be scouting cross-spawn, I think. No, I stand corrected. Mong's going to go for that cross-spawn spout, and we're going to have Free scout counterclockwise.
Right.
Are those
the scouts are so close to each other, just out of the range of vision here. It's going to be really funny when the first scout turns around and leaves.
Oh.
What's the SCV going to think here? Is he going to go past it into the main base still to check? Ah, okay. So he thought maybe there was an expansion there.
Right, but based on that, I think Mong should know that Free's top left. However, he didn't see that that probe out far enough so that he might be wrong about this. But Free doesn't know yet. However, I do like the SimCity Mong has his own main base there. The way he put his building together is like completely Zealot type, so Marines have a lot of wiggle room. There's not going to be any advancing Zealot. However, I think Free's just skipping his Zealot for the earlier Cybernetic Core, which does seem to be the case right now.
Yep. Oh, the Dragoon out. Going to be chasing down the SCV here.
Right.
Is this SCV's life going to be short-lived?
I mean, I hope he stays alive. Ooh.
You're such a humanist, XKCD.
What? It's my job. I have to be entertaining, man. I do this for the passion.
No, the passion dies with the SCV. Yes.
Oh, no. See, he has another SCV.
Oh, look at this. A 3 Marine Vulture SCV push. Standard early game Terran.
Well, it's not really a push, though. It's more of like a check to spread out, see if there's any proxies.
Right.
What's going to happen here is that because of that early Vulture coming out, Mong should be building a bunker at his national and pulling his Marines back. Because you can still expand with a Vulture. Like, it's very, like, what I used to do actually when I was playing, like, you know, Operation Terran against the Protoss is you make 3 Marines, make a Vulture, send the Vulture out, and then you expand with the 3 Marines and make a bunker. And since you already put it down your machine shop after that Vulture, you're going to have a tank out by the time your bunker's done. So you should be able to hold against any early aggression.
Right. I do like getting the Vulture out before the machine shop.
Right. Now, look at all the options Mong's giving. You know, have you able to like move around the map, check it out, do some scouting. Oh, this is going to be a starport from Mong?
Oh, yep, it is going to be a starport.
Alright, so Mong's going to go for that dropship play once again. And hopefully he does it better than Zach does it. However, we do have Free getting the robotics facility right now.
This is going to get exciting real quick.
Alright.
So, yeah, the command center going to be finishing up shortly. He will be able to take that natural base and, you know, what do you think? It's going to probably be Reavers out of this robotics facility here.
I would say observers, only because Free hasn't seen the expansion yet, so he may not know what exactly Monk's planning, so it's better for him to play it for safe.
Right.
I mean, but it would be the proper choice to go Reavers. However, he just needs to worry about that,
oh, he's got the Citadel here, so, I mean, he could be going for DT drops, too.
That's kind of hard to pull off, I think.
Right. Generally, he's just teching towards the 2-base Arbiter tech right now.
Right.
I think that's really what it's for, but, I mean, I always like to see the Protoss player take an opportunity to go for some sneaky drops.
Alright, so 2 probe kills for that Vulture. I think that probably favors out Mong in the end, because that Vulture wasn't really going to do much either way. And I think we're going to see the Temple Archive come down. So there actually might be, like you said, a DT drop here.
Well, and still, like, it's one of those things where, you know, regardless of how much you know Protoss, sometimes they just go for that fast 2-base Arbiter tech, and, I mean, that's always really useful for Protoss to have the Arbiters out, but with this timing here, it's going to be kind of keeping us in question whether there will be DTs. Regardless, the drop is going to be on its way, so Mong is going to be the first one to go for an attack here, and he will strike first. And he's going to see the tech at the same time.
This is the best part about the drop. Like, he doesn't have to do any damage. The fact that he sees that Temple Archive coming out that early, it's already a bonus for Mong. Like, everything else is just gravy on the biscuit.
I agree.
I was going to say icing on the cake, but I had gravy and biscuit this morning. It was delicious.
So icing on the biscuits?
No, gravy on the biscuits.
Gravy on the biscuits?
Yeah, so...
Gravy on the cake.
No. That's terrible. But here's the thing, though. Like any probe kill Mong gets with each Vulture, it's just basically additional. Like, even though like his initial drop was supposed to be doing a lot of damage, he's going to go for the drop again, which is going to be spotted by the Observer now. The fact that he saw that early Temple Archive, it just like completely changed Free's plan now. And this is fantastic for Mong. Like, it may not seem like it, like he's losing a lot of units, but this is still fantastic.
Yeah, Mong's doing a great job here. And getting that Spider-Man down, that'll be nice for the next time he does bring in Vultures here. Oh, it doesn't get any kills, and the mine getting picked off by those Dragoons.
Right, but he doesn't need to get any kills, though, like, because he saw that Temple Archive, so...
Right.
So what's Free supposed to do? Like, still go commit to the DT drop and lose both the shuttle and the DT? Like look at Mong defensive. Like he's just turtling right now. He has no need to move out, but Free can't even.
Right. And that's the problem with the fact that he went for the faster tech here, is that Free's behind on a third base. At this point, he should have been taking a third, even if it was just at the mineral only. You want that third nexus down. Got to stay ahead of bases here, and Free is actively putting himself behind by not getting an expansion.
Right. And but we haven't seen Free do any like transition out of this though. Like we have yet to see a single DT. We haven't seen a shuttle. Like I think like what Free's doing is completely abandoning this plan. And we do see the Wraith now. So
oh, he didn't notice the spider mine was there. That was huge. He knew he had Dragoons in vision earlier. He should have gone back and cleared out that spider mine, but instead he was playing very careless here. Free's actually losing way too many Dragoons, and Mong might try and get really aggressive here and go for a contain. It looks like he's got a couple tanks in, and so this is putting himself in a really good position. Another tank coming out. What Free did is he dropped down more gateways than you usually have off these two bases this early on, and so maybe he was planning on two base aggression, but losing those few Dragoons is gonna make him not be able to pull that off.
However, Mong did lose his rate though, which I'm not really happy with. However, he did stop that early third. Like Mong did though, that he stopped the third, but he pulled his units back off. Only left a couple of mines there. So that
right.
Free had to clear them out. It looked like Mong again is going to go for the play once again. There is a shuttle there. He's going to go for some zealot bombs. But,
ooh, a good one there too.
Good zealot mine drag there. However, Mong was able to save his tank, so Mong's still in this, like, and still might be able to put on a couple rushes. He does need a lot more voltage to reinforce his tanks, though.
Yes.
So this third from Free is so late, like it's unbelievably late.
And you know what? Mong's been producing SCVs out of 3 command centers now, and as soon as he brings that third command center over to new base, he'll have full mining at that location.
Oh, this is not.
That's a great position for the siege tank. How much damage is he going to get done? He's actually just getting the attention of the Dragoons out of the way here. He's probably going to drop vultures inside the natural base too.
Right.
Oh, 2 tanks. He actually has 2 tanks here, and I don't know if that was the best. He shouldn't have had a second tank in that dropship.
No, I think he should have just conserved those units right now, because he did see the Arbiter attack now, so he has to be worried about Free getting back to map control, because Free's going to be aggressive on the map now, because he needs to get something back. He's been like set back this entire game, like getting his build blocked, like losing that third, like not getting that third fast enough early on. So the Free's making some moves right now, so Mong needs to be really careful about that 30 he's putting out right now. And we haven't seen much of Mong's units anyways, at least me to have some concern.
Oh, he might be able to pick up this command center. He's got a lot of Dragoons within range here, and I wonder if he's going to push forward and try and take it out. These siege tanks trying to get within range, just barely outside of the radius of those Dragoons.
Oh, he actually this is pretty close though. First Arbiter dot on the field now.
Oh, it's not in the red though.
He's diving for it.
Suicide hit the command center? No, he's going to try and engage on the tanks first. The Arbiter coming in here, basically with that visibility, it's going to make it really hard for this Terran army to combat the Protoss. Freeze is fighting himself right back into this game right now.
Right, and also because Mong lost those 2 dropships, and the dropship with the 2 tanks in it. However, I don't know how, but Mong was able to hold on this long.
Wow. Well, you know what? Free did not get really good mine drags, which is what he was looking for. And the problem is, when you mine drag with the Dragoon is so fat that you can't get it really close to a Terran unit. Whereas a Zealot, has such a small sprite radius that you can actually close in the spider mines on tanks.
Right. That is definitely a good observation to make. So Mong should again try to go for more vulture harassment, but he needs to reestablish his own third now. And I'm not sure what Mong doing with the SUV at the bottom of the map. Might be a secret command center. It'd be super risky, and I wouldn't do it.
Right.
So it looks like Mong once again is going to try to re-expand to the third again. Try to have a better tank line and everything.
Here's something else to note is that Mong, you know how it was mentioned earlier, he was pumping from 3 command centers. Now he has an over-mining of SCVs at his main and natural.
But, yeah, that is true. So, like, later on in the game, like, he couldn't mine out the middle lines quite faster.
Right.
However, he's able to Maynard a lot of drones. a lot of SCVs now. And we're going to see Free take his fourth now. It's going to be blocked by the... Oh.
That is an input probe.
That's the first time I've ever seen that happen.
Oh my god, that glitch.
The first time I've ever seen it happen. How did that even happen?
Please show the replay of that after. That was so good.
The mine glitched out long enough for the probe to kill it. I've seen everything in this game.
Wow. Hey, you know, we thought this was going to be the best game of the night, and it easily has surpassed the last two.
I mean, it's looking to be right now because Mong's going to be doing that slow transition. He has the third security right now. He has a pretty interesting tank line coming up. He does have the vessel, first vessel out with the EMP.
Barely. Just barely gets those mines here. I'm having a heart attack watching him clear out these minefields after he lost those couple Dragoons earlier. Maybe he should send that probe to kill off all the mines. Definitely had better luck than the Dragoons. Oh, really nice pick off there, though. And now this is exactly what we need to see. But guess what? Unupgraded units from the gateway. And that's not going to be good. You need to see those.
Oh, Mong diving in for the vessel with the EMP right now.
Okay, here we go. This is
oh, nice EMP there. Vessel does get his first EMP off, so one already going to be out of the fight here. Question is,
he's going to try and clean all of them up here. There's still a few remaining, just camping on the high ground. This third is where this game might be decided here. Mong absolutely has to hold on to this third command center if he wants to take this game.
And looks like Free's going to reposition himself, try to go for a recall, looks like. However, Mong's been fishing really hard with his vessel right now, trying to get some EMP shots off.
Mong's placement, even on the low ground, is so good right now. A straight-up engagement would lose the game.
Oh, there it is!
But, wow, yes, this is a great choice here to go in for that Vulture run by on the third. But there's quite a few units here. He will lose probes very quickly, but the Vulture should go down.
I think this is a fair trade, though. Like, the amount of probes he got with that kill, and plus...
Right. The whole army is out of position now.
Yeah, and remember we were talking about the SCV early on in the game? He's actually going for that ninja base in the bottom right. I don't know if this is going to pay off, but this would be a great way for Mong to get some map control back, or at least very least get this economy going on. Because right now, Free does have his fifth up right now.
Yeah, and this is that time of the game where when you're a max Protoss, you just take as many expansions as possible.
Right.
So okay, +1 done for the Gateway Army here, and the Zealots or the Vultures running in again, gonna take out a lot of probes here almost instantly, and he can actually get away with these Vultures too if he runs them. Unfortunately, he's just gonna let the Zealots get us around here. But another attack down at the bottom left. He did not get a pylon wall off, and that's where it gets really difficult to manage these engagements. The Vultures are doing a really good job for Mong in this game.
But these Vultures are doing way more than what they're supposed to be doing. Like, getting all those probes at the third while killing off all the probes that were at the fifth at the same time. Like, Free needs to be very careful with his unit positioning. But right now, he just has it clumped out of the one place. And once again, we're seeing Mong going again for fishing.
Vultures have been a very big weakness for Protoss on Circuit Breaker. When we were talking about the lower level games with like Iris and Sharp, we were seeing those Protoss players fall apart due to these Vulture attacks here.
And once again, it's happening. Oh, nice.
Did you see that? The stasis.
No, this is good for Mong, though, because Mong just baited out a stasis. That's a stasis that could have been used on tanks. A stasis that could have probably decided the game.
Right.
A stasis used on a non-issue like that, it's a fantastic thing that's happening for Mong. And once again, this secret base that Mong has, Free still doesn't know about it.
Right. And he can. Oh, do you see the Vulture movie? Oh my god. Are we watching a bad replay? This is great.
Oh, here's the thing though. Free thinks that's up and up though, because he's wondering, wow, how is Mong producing all these Vultures along third bases? If you look at his bottom right, his observer's actually trying to scout for the base, but he's not seeing it.
Right, I like that he put the command center in that position. This is really tricky. I've actually never seen a Terran player do that. Wow. And you know what? I know that some players don't like to build their gateways outside their base, but at a third base that's wide open at the mineral only expansion for free, do you think he could build like a pylon gateway style wall to prevent these vultures from continuing to run in?
Right. But here's the thing though, like with Mong right now, he needs to get a third gas sooner or later. Like, you can only do so much on 2 gas at the moment. I mean, you can produce like a lot of vultures off of three bases of minerals at a 4th base right now, but only having 2 gas means that his tank count's gonna be super low, and he can't replenish his tanks that quickly. So if Free gets a favorable engagement, it actually kills a lot of tanks that Mong has. Free might be able to just like straight out win the game off of that. However, the thing though that's in Mong's favor is just all these vulture run-bys are doing way too much damage.
This is insane. I can't believe how much continual damage that Mong's been able to pull off here.
Right. I mean, what's
you know what? He should just build another command center with all those free minerals that he's getting down at the bottom too.
But here's the thing: what's Free supposed to be doing? Like, I mean, I don't think Free has like seems like lost his game plan. Now look at this: Mong has a 2-1. It's like actually, is that a 3-1?
Yeah, he actually has +3 attack finished up.
So this is like the scary version of the 2-1 time attack. It's a 3-1 time attack, ladies and gentlemen. You know that? That's a 2-1 time attack plus an additional plus weapons upgrade. Just why not?
Why not?
Just why not?
And he only has 2 science vessels. I would actually like to see a 3rd.
He can't. That's the thing, though. He can't afford it. He doesn't have a 3rd gas.
What?
He can't afford a 3rd science vessel. Sorry, 3rd.
Really?
He only has 2 gases.
Yeah, I guess you're right. That's a good point here. His 3rd is only a mineral only, and he's not mining from gas at a 3rd base.
That vessel get EMP, but he still managed to get his sorry, the vessel gets stasis, but still managed to get his EMP off. It's actually pretty good.
Yeah, that's a good exchange for Mong. Take that any day.
Right. But here's the thing though, like Free can't push in. He has to pump a lot of his economy, and he's going to go for a.
He did an early recall. I bet you he realized that there were too many turrets here, and he was going to lose his Arbiter here. But he's got another Arbiter coming in after he cleared out the turrets. I wonder if he's going to do a double recall here.
He can though.
Oh,
and
man,
he's going to go for it. Double recall.
Yeah, can you roll your R's like you do with Reaver? Recall. That's brilliant. Okay, so that actually did a good amount of damage. Took out quite a few buildings here.
And recall.
Oh my goodness, Free. Is he going to be able to climb back in this, though? Mong actually going for some counter engagements at the 9 o'clock base.
Alright, Mong, so I think Mong should be able to clean this up. He's going to lose maybe 2 or 3 factories, but this is a non-issue because the important thing for Mong at this point of the game is basically having enough tanks. Mong is not losing tanks. He's only losing like factories without the machine shop, which is basically losing a couple vulture production here and there. That's not the problem. I mean, look, and then now Mong finally gets his 3rd gas.
I don't like that 2nd recall that Free went for. Or maybe he could have done it in a better position. But what he focused on before he lost his units just wasn't optimal here.
Right, because look at the trade-off. So, Free gets a lot of buildings, right? But he gets no command center down. Mong got the 4th down to Free. And remember, he got like so many probe kills on in this game that Free can't reinforce as strongly as he would like to.
Right.
I mean, sure, he's expanding to the bottom left, but so has Mong. And, I like this. This is actually might work, though, for Free, though. He's going to go for another recall.
Ooh, here it comes. This is going to be a clutch recall, possibly. And he's actually going for the production facilities again. Meanwhile, Mong actually does have a 3 o'clock base, so that will start paying off for him shortly.
Yeah, Mong has the ninja base, he has the 3 o'clock. Mong is taking the bottom left as well, and he has the 6 o'clock. So, the thing, though, for Mong is he needs to stabilize his own defenses and make sure that he doesn't lose too many factories to these recalls, and he should be able to close this game out.
He's not going to lose anything. The Vultures cleaned up those Zealots relatively easily, and it seemed like Free didn't have a good agenda when he finished his recall here. Nice pickoffs, though, at that one army, and actually a full mining down at the bottom right. Mong is going nuts right now. He is in macro mode.
We just missed it. The camera didn't show, but Free just lost his 3rd. This is huge.
Wow. Yeah, you're right. The third is down.
Free just lost the third, so he lost his fifth, and he lost his fourth, and his third.
Oh, this is it. This is a contain now. The siege contain at the natural base. He actually can't get his army out. And a really nice D matrix here to keep that tank alive. Some units trying to come down from the bottom here, but this flank isn't going to be that useful. Wow, he's got tanks in the natural. XKCD, this looks like it's going to be the end.
I've seen comebacks happen before, but I mean, the way with the Free's economy being so demolished early on in the game, I think you're right. There's going to be a GG for Mong.
Right. This isn't going to be like that movie game where you have mass carriers and still lose.
Right. No, that was a fun game. No, that was a fun game to cast and a fun game to watch.
That was an insane game. We spent like 20 minutes convincing ourselves there's no way that Terran could come back, and then he lost. Oh goodness.
Yeah, let's just focus on this current game here. So, I mean, Free's just going for his last hurrah, man. He's trying to like micro as hard as he can, but he has no economy. That's just plain and simple. And ultimately, it comes down to two things, basically. One, Mong doing way too much damage with his vulture run by, and two, Free not scouting that ninja base. That's just the two main factors of this game.
Yeah, and just this mass expansions now for Mong is just way too overwhelming for Free. I don't know how he has any units left. His main base looks like it's almost been cleared out of its gateways too, so this is just a late GG timing, really.
Right. And I'm surprised that Mong built a lot of Goliaths at his bottom right. I thought he was going to be doing more tanks and vulture. I think Mong might have been afraid of like a secret carrier switch, because Free doesn't have was losing his ground army, not replenishing it. But it seems like Mong has underestimated the damage he's done to Free's economy.
Right.
And there it is. There's the GG.
GG. And you know what this means? Besides a PvP, a Protoss player has not won a game yet.
I'm okay with that.
We might not have any Protoss players in the next round if Group D doesn't go so well for Bisu.
Well, it hasn't always been like that in the OSL. It's like you have like the one Protoss player makes it around of 8, and then like the hope of Protoss.
But there's no Stork. There's no Jongbi. There's no Samsung Con Protoss, is what I mean. So.
Oh, okay. Now you're narrowing down your choices. I was gonna like offer a hand to you there and be like, yeah, just pick any good Protoss out there. And you're like, no, I gotta have a Samsung Con Protoss. Gotta be Storm, John B. We'll take Bisu. He's an honorary Con player.
Look, unless you have the January blessing, you can't win an OSL.
That is true.
Yep.
I mean, that was quite an interesting game to watch, though. I mean, ultimately, it just comes down to Free just not having good defense.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing, though. We saw the same issue with Free versus Effort in the round of 24.
Yeah, exactly.
Where Effort was able to win just through counterattacks, and Free wasn't able to keep up.
Man, that's a big issue, and for someone who has really good macro, because clearly Free was able to expand and get his army built up. He just doesn't have great map awareness and responsiveness.
Right. I don't think, it's just basically map awareness and like game sense, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to take into account though the fact that Free once tried to go for a DT drop, but it got blocked because Mong already scouted it with his own drop. So, like, you can't just commit to a DT drop once it's been like scouted that early on.
Right.
It'd just be suicide. So, Free was already at a disadvantage, right? So I don't blame him that much, but like even then though, like you can still play like safely behind because there's no way Mong could have pushed out that early. Because Mong went for a risky build himself as well. He got away with it because he did it faster. So I mean, you could take it that early third faster. You could have get your static defense stuff faster. You could have even built like been more conscious about your counterattack.
Right. You know what I like that Mong did is he didn't take any risky engagements. He played as safe as a Terran player could play.
Right, that's the proper way to play Terran against Protoss. Don't take unfavorable engagement because if the Protoss takes a favorable engagement, he can win it right away, instantly. And that's not the case for a Terran. Due to the nature of how Terran units are. So it's better for like a Terran player, it's like Mong's case, like there, to take only engagement he can at least get a 50-50 trade out of.
Right.
which would why it makes sense for him to be like ultimate defense on 3 bases, and still like get a ninja expansion. Like I would be really interested to see what would have happened if Reese got that ninja expo.
Yeah, yeah, and you know what? He's gonna take that lesson to the grave. I bet you, bet you in the future when he's playing on Circuit Breaker, he's not gonna let that one slip by again.
Right.
And it really all came down to something you pointed out earlier. His observer went down there and then still didn't see it. It like skirted around that area instead of going all the way to the edge of the map to see what was available.
Right, that's the issue at hand.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was Group C. Group D looks to finish up the day here, and what are we going to see today in Group D? It's going to be a ZVZ, Hero versus Larva.
This is going to be interesting.
Yeah, I'm not sure who to favor here.
I really don't have a favorite.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of the ones that could really go either way. Maybe Hero has the better micro, but still, this could be just a straight up build order win. I think that's how it's gonna go. Unfortunately.
Who are you gonna give the build order win to?
I think Larva's gonna overthink this game, and I'm gonna give it to Hero.
Oh, okay. Because Larva is at a 1-game disadvantage, so he has to win this.
Right.
He wants to stay in the competition.
Right. I think we're gonna see like a 9-pull from Larva and a 12 hatch from Hero, and Hero's gonna hold.
Really?
Yep.
I don't think Hero can hold a 9-pull with 12 hatch.
It's gonna happen.
No way, I don't believe that. I just don't see that happening.
Yeah, especially since even with Crossbones, Neo Jade's not that big of a map. Yeah. I guess with Crossbones, yeah, it is. It could be. It's pretty.
That's
fun.
still really risky. Like I mean, even in like the 0 versus killer games, like they went for 12 pull hatch. So they wanted to go for the 12 hatch, but it's still way too risky.
Right. Well, that's what happened in Killer versus 0, right? Didn't one go on 12 pull hatch and then the other one went 9 pull?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, not having that pull early on is pretty bad. So okay, so Hero opens 12 pull hatch. Let's go with that.
So Blunderer makes another both players have terrible ZVZ win rates. This is like No, of course, because we honestly don't know who to pick here because they're both, you know, nothing to bring home about. Yeah. Yeah, it's getting late here. It's 1:36 a.m. on the East Coast, guys. Yeah, I gotta finish coding that endpoint. I was supposed to do it like yesterday, but I kind of fell asleep. So what happened was like I was gonna drive. So I live in Indianapolis, right? So I was gonna drive home from Chicago to Indianapolis Sunday night because my thinking was that hopefully I'll have time to, you know, get back to work because my family's from Chicago. And it was too late for like me to do that. So what I did was I stayed in Chicago. I woke up at 4 a.m. on Monday, drove 3 hours straight to work, and then just went to work. So like I got home Sunday. I was gonna do like all my real life commitments, and I just fell asleep.
Well, as long as you don't have an animal to feed, you don't have real life commitments. You're fine.
No, you don't understand, man. The Team Liquor staffers for Counter-Strike, they are vicious.
Really?
Vicious, man.
Come on. Gotta be more chill like the Brood War staff.
That's because we only have like one tournament going on. Like Counter-Strike, we have like what, 20?
Hey, look, this SSL tournament is so important here. You know, it's like worth at least 20 Counter-Strike tournaments.
That is true, but I mean, what I do is I make the LR threads for Brood War, and I did my part.
Yeah. Hey, I appreciate the effort that you put in Brood War, regardless of your your heavy passion for
Yeah, I have heavy passion for both. All right.
well, you know how they call Hearthstone Passion Stone? We're gonna call it Passion.
No,
Strike.
they call it Casual Stone. The only casual player.
Casual Stone. Well, I guess for Artosis they call it Passion Stone. Yeah.
What is this commercial?
Let me see here. Oh.
Good Genius? No, it's not. Huh.
Looked like they were voting on prom queen.
Well, Blindor, like once you get HTML rights, you can do it. I'll just make the template for you. Just copy paste
Hey,
everything.
I don't even have HTML rights.
You're missing out, man.
I don't need any more responsibility. Let me hassle people. I have them in the Brood War staff forum. That's it.
That is true.
Yeah. Hey, but at least I can screw up everybody's liquid bets if I'm feeling very angry.
Oh, dude, you gotta be on top of that, man. Like, I get like a correct liquid bet and I get like 0 points because you submitted it too late.
Yeah.
It makes me feel sad.
Hey, last year was tough for liquid bets because all the seasons, like all the games that were scheduled, got changed constantly. I'm glad that there's like actual scheduling here.
Instability.
Yeah. But I could also be cruel and cancel all your calendar events for Counter-Strike.
That's the thing, though. Someone needs to make a GIF of that. That probe kill in the mine.
Oh yeah, that probe thing, and then the moving vulture. I'm sure we're gonna have some pretty cool gifs in the recap thread, the recap news post.
Yeah, they gotta be. That is the pimpest play of 2015. I don't know how it happened, why it happened. It was a gift from God. We have to see that happen.
Yeah. That observer is Gosu.
Like, that's like the first time it happened in the history of the game, like televised game, where a probe defused a mine like that.
Right.
Oh man, magic.
You know, that's the only difference between like casting a Korean event and casting a foreign event is the fact that we have to be the observers in the foreign events, and I'm just so damn lazy. I love sitting here and just casting.
I know, this is fantastic.
And these Korean observers have so much more experience, like being at the correct places at the right time. I can't move my hand in my mouth at the same time. And I know that sounds wrong.
Like, you know who does the actual observing for this?
I do not.
The unsung hero, man.
Yeah, he is. Someone needs to figure out that information now.
Get it ASAP.
ASAP, come on. We know you guys. You can hunt this person down. And then send them a fruit basket. Okay, so we are going to see a ZVZ on Neo Jade. Not much to talk about more than what we did. So, my crazy prediction: the 12 hatch versus the 9 pool. Come on, hero.
Nah, it's gonna be a double 12 pool into hatch.
Yeah, I'm actually curious to see who I liquid betted on too.
I liquid betted Larva. I think.
Here. What are we looking at? Oh, I picked hero, so gotta stand by hero.
I don't know. I haven't checked yet. Cause I don't want to close this stream.
Yeah, I missed 2 liquid bets today. I am off my game.
You missed it. You like posted 20 at once. You just done it at the same time you posted them. He's got it over with.
Yeah. I should remake the liquid bets, and then only me vote on them.
All right, the stats man is saying Hive Tech. Are we gonna see Hive Tech?
Hive Tech? Huh.
Well, this will be the game for the ages if we get to see Hive Tech.
Yeah. I'd be okay with it. I'll allow it.
No. I'd be ecstatic with it. So ecstatic that I wish I didn't have roommates so I could start screaming about it.
Will we hear the mythical girly scream come from XKCD? We know you have your inner woman.
I don't know, man.
Look, everybody has an inner Caitlyn Jenner.
No, we don't.
You have to let the Jenner out.
No, we don't.
Okay, you're right, we don't.
I mean, even if you don't get high tech, if we can get some queens to get some ensnares, that'd be pretty awesome.
Yeah.
It's a businessman guy again.
Oh, look at that. So there's a CJ logo on the
Yo, what's up, Phil? I mean, wait, why are you even awake, Phil? You need to explain. You need to explain that to me.
Did your imaginary friend wake up?
No, there's a guy in chat I know pretty well.
Okay. Cheesy Phil. That's a pretty good name.
It's a fantastic name. He's an awesome guy. If you ever get to meet him, he's awesome.
Cool.
Is this 2015? Yes, it is. I'm pretty sure it is. Is it 2015?
And you know, it's possible. It just might be true.
That's true, yeah.
That marks 6 years of my Team Liquid account.
6 years.
Yeah.
I think I joined in 2010.
2009.
But I was like lurking for like 2 years before then. I was like 13 or whatever.
Right.
Or like 15, and like I thought I wasn't mature enough to make an account and all that.
Yeah, I lurked for a little while too.
You know, that is true, Phil. It is pretty late. I mean, it's a DBZ, so hopefully the games are short. We can all go to bed.
Alright, here comes our special intro here, where we're going to have to see the alien get edited out. Maybe they just put an alien over his face.
Nah, they're going to edit it out.
Yeah, he could use his cloaking. I hope Larva does well. I mean, I guess screw Liquibets. I want Larva to succeed because he's one of the newer players here, and he was like a practice partner. But the fact that he's like Mong, he's been able to elevate himself into the big leagues and compete.
Right. Well, here's the thing, though. I'm pretty sure most people liquid bet a hero, so if Larva wins, like, this is good for me. I can climb up the ranks.
Yeah, that 1 point's gonna catapult you to 102.
No, I'm like 98 right now.
Oh, okay.
So 97.
That's gonna put you to 93.
97.
Alright, guys. So it looks like we're gonna have spawning at the top left here. Probably gonna be hero.
No, I'd say it's Larva.
Actually, I didn't see who was in the left booth, so you might be right.
Statsman Blindrock, can we get the player positions?
Exactly. Come on, Blindrar. Thank you guys for watching this cast.
Here's the White Zerg.
This is the day 3 of the round of 16, and this is Casting Archon. Hosting is XKCD along with me, BisuDagger.
Yeah, so we're gonna have Hero as the White Zerg, Yellow Zerg in the bottom right, and we're gonna have Larva as the Brown Zerg in the top left.
Sweet.
So they kind of messed up the cameras a little bit, but I mean, Larva does have a slight advantage due to the spawning location, so he can glitch his Larva to the left.
Right. So the Overlord's not scouting in the right direction, but that's not going to be a big deal.
Well, they're scouting in the normal direction, so which means both indicate that both players are going to go for an earlier pool build, and we do have Hero here going for a 9 pool gas. So interesting choice here. You might go for the 9 pool speed, or might be like a super fast layer. We'll have to see.
Yeah, I like the 9 pool speed style build. I think I like when you can see Zerg players get really aggressive with their links early on. Maybe get that free win.
Right. But I mean, at cross spawn, I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, it's going to be real hard.
And we have yet to see what Larva's build order is going to be.
But immediately he is going to start mining that gas. Overlord finishing up here. And a later gas, which means he's probably going to expand.
And you are right, BisuDagger. It is a 12 pool hatchery build.
Mm-hmm.
So Larva's going to have the build order advantage here.
Yeah, definitely give the advantage to Larva.
Yes, Larva is the red/brown Zerg. They've been changing the colors actually a lot really early on.
Yeah, we saw the 12 pool be advantageous for Killer, where he only lost that game really because it came down to micro and he got out microed.
Right.
But yeah, it seems to be a pretty good opening build for Zerg. But there are quite a few links coming out for Hero here. and this is going to apply a ton of pressure. That's going to be guaranteed 6 links popping out from that Larva, and Larva's going to have to defend real.
Here's the thing though, Hero only sent 5 links because he used that 6 link to check the bottom left, so Hero knows where Larva's at. However, Larva does have 6 links on its own, so Larva does have the defensive posture for now. If he can maintain this and be able to get his second hatch up and hold it properly, Larva should be able to catapult himself to win the game. Right now, Hero's just pumping links. And Hero did take a drone off the gas. So, however, Larva's actually pulling drones here, so it's actually a bit cautious here. Both players going for a little skirmish around here, trying to get the better concave right now.
Yeah. Because what Hero's trying to do is get himself in that position where he can do a few attacks on the hatchery and then pull back and then poke in, do a few more attacks, and slowly get that hatchery whittled down here. Oh, and an engagement. Is he going to be able to win this here?
I mean, those drones have been helping quite a bit, but that's missing mining time there.
Well, I agree with you, but we saw that there wasn't a lot of mining coming from Hero either. He's still sitting on that one base. I feel like Larva will catch up pretty quickly, even with those 2 drones off, just because he does have the additional hatchery finishing up.
Right. And here's the thing though, like Hero, so Larva's going to be quite behind in tech. He's going to only get his layer now, and I think he should actually start a evolution chamber pretty soon.
Yeah, he's going to have to spore up because of the fact that the hatchery.
Oh, Larva actually went for speed first. This is interesting. He went for speed, then layer.
Put a really good line formation at the bottom of this ramp here. And like we've discussed in other games, harder to hold the main base at the bottom of the ramp. But he got those links in such a good formation very quickly.
Alright.
Oh, two links are in here.
The drone's gonna lift. Can he get the drone?
Oh, one last hit. He does take out that drone. Very nice here from Hero so far.
That's a crucial drone kill coming out from Hero.
Yeah.
But Hero thinks he was talking about that soft contain at his own ramp sooner or later.
Wow, is he going to get that drone too? He does get another drone. That is incredible micro from that link.
Remember, Larva already lost like 3 drones so far. He lost 1 from originally defending the initial 9 pool. Now he lost additional 2, just the 2 Zerglings. This is not good for Larva. And Hero already has 3 Mutalisks on the way. He needs to get a...
You know, it could come down to if the spores and defense is good enough, maybe we will be seeing that hive tech.
I mean, Larva put himself in such a position that he's not going to die to any early game, like any Zergling play. It's a matter of whether or not he can transition out of it enough. Right. Remember this. I mean, once Hero can like think he has enough Zergling, he can just drone up really hard and try to take his own natural expansion. Which might be the actual focal point of this game here, whether or not Hero can take its own natural.
Yep.
Because ultimately, Larva is still ahead, like economy-wise.
Oh man, Evo chambers are crazy because they have like a really good range and they do some pretty heavy damage to Mutalisks.
Right.
So you need to have a really good number. Even if you use Mutamicro to mess with the targeting, you still take a lot of damage just against one spore colony.
Right. And there's only 3 Mutalisks in that flat there, so I mean it's very fragile. 2 more Mutalisks are going to join that fray there. However, I mean that spore colony placement is actually quite good.
Yeah.
Provided that Larva can like be able to keep rotating drones to keep them alive. And here it is. Larva's Hero's not going to push out of his own natural, so he can get space to expand himself, while applying additional pressure onto Larva for not having much Zerglings to himself. However, we do see that small Zergling flock in the middle of the map for Larva. Oh, he's going to try to go for a run by. He's going to get blocked though.
Oh, so close here.
But no cigar.
But no cigar. I think that Larva is going to be taking this game. There wasn't any damage done.
Well, the game's not over yet, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's quite equal, though.
Yeah, but if he did lose a drone here,
he's not going to.
That would have been really significant. The fact is, there's no opportunity for Hero to turn around and drone up. He's got to start doing some damage with his army here because he really doesn't have this opportunity to get a natural and transition.
Yeah, that's a great cause for concern, though. And what's interesting is Larva's actually pulling 3 drones away from his natural to his main. Oh my goodness. Hero's actually diving for that spore colony. That is huge.
Wow. Yeah. Not even trying to use muted micro against it. Just taking straight up hits.
Oh, see, this is the issue though. Like, if you're gonna go for that spore colony defense, you need to have muted up, your own muted up sooner or later. And it looks like we're gonna go see a base trade, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, he did build a sunken though, and he's gonna do the best drone drill possible. Trying to take these overlords down. I guess he's trying to supply block Larva here, so more mutas can be built. And he does barely hang in here. This is like a full base trade scenario. Well, I think Hero may have done it.
I think so as well, ladies and gentlemen. Larva has no units in the air nor in the ground. I mean,
wow. If he had more lings and could just like kill off the last 2 buildings, because that's really what it is. There's only a few buildings left for Hero, but he doesn't even need to have drones at this point. He can just do this straight engagement here, and that's a lot of mutas. Now with the spore colony down, that's gonna mark the end of the game.